Hi guys, this is video 3 in how to get closure in a narcissistic relationship. So a little bit on why a narcissist will not provide closure. A lot of times they don't provide closure because they like to keep you on the hook, right? They often like to be friends with their exes, right? So that they keep them on the hook. They can go back in for more supply. That's what mine tried to be friends with me, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, you're a liar, a cheater, a gaslighter, you don't deserve my friendship, right? So you get to decide that you don't want to be friends. I mean, my friends don't cheat on me, they don't gaslight, they don't stonewall, they don't give me the silent treatment, they don't manipulate me, they don't make me think everything's my fault. They own their part. They're self-reflective. Like, that's how my friends are. So I don't want to be friends with somebody who isn't able to do those things, right? So a lot of times they like to keep their exes on the hook because they want to be able to go back in for more supply, right? Another reason they might not provide closure is because they have low or no empathy. They do not care how this is affecting you. They do not care about you, that you are just an object to them. You're basically an appliance. So they can't emotionally connect with your pain. And normal, healthy people know that providing closure to somebody can help them to move on and heal. And they want to do that because they want that person to get better, even if they're choosing to not continue being in the relationship with them. So healthy people are very good about providing explanation and closure at the end of a relationship. They often also are able to look at their part and to be able to go, I know I screwed up here, and I made some mistakes in this relationship. They're able to do that, right? And given an honest explanation, provide some closure. So their lack of empathy is another reason why they will not provide closure. Another reason is they get to have power. Any little bit of emotional content that you're giving them gives them a surge of power. They like the idea that you're thinking about them, that they're so important, that you're spending time thinking about them. And if they provide you closure, you might heal and move on and not think about them anymore. And they don't want that. They think that they're very, 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 very special. So you need to be thinking about them, and they love that. So that's another reason. And then also, a lot of times they don't think that you deserve closure, because in their minds, because of their inability to self-reflect or take any personal responsibility for their part, they think it's all your fault. Whatever happened in the relationship is 100% your fault. So they're not able to look at their part and figure out what they did wrong and see that, there's two sides to every story. So they don't think that you deserve closure. Even if they were the ones lying, cheating, gaslighting, and manipulating, somehow whatever you did, usually it's that you were less than perfect, you were a human being, and you started showing your actual humanity, and they just can't tolerate that, right? So they don't think you deserve closure. So they're not going to give you closure for power and control issues. They're not going to give you closure because they lack self-reflection. They don't want to have to take any personal responsibility for their part and communicate that honestly. And they think it's all your fault, right? So because of all these things, they're never, ever, ever going to give you closure. You are never going to get an honest explanation, communication, authenticity from a narcissist, right? So with that being said, with you getting this full awareness that you are never going to get closure from them, you have to provide your own closure. And again, I said it in those last two videos, but how do you do that? Well, number one, you go no contact. I cannot stress the importance of this more. I know a lot of times we're like, well, it's not really hurting me. I reached out to them and they were really nice, and they were really, they even apologized, right? So that is the thing that you need to look at yourself and go, why am I not going no contact? Why am I not willing to go no contact? Even though this person lied to me, cheated on me, gaslighted, whatever. Why am I not willing? And it may be because you're so enmeshed and you're so trauma bonded that you don't want to go no contact, because it's like chopping off an arm, right? And it feels like that. And I get it, right? You may still have a lot of emotional attachment to them, right? Your self-esteem might be still tied into what they think of you. So because of that, you might not want to go no contact for your own reasons. I would look at that if I were you, because I'm guessing that those reasons are not particularly healthy. So if you don't want to go no contact, look at that and figure out why that is. Because if somebody, lies to you, cheats on you, gaslights you, like, why do they get to be in your life? Like, why does somebody who's that toxic get to hang out in your inner circle? That's something you might want to ask yourself. So a lot of times we don't go no contact because we're trauma bonded, we're enmeshed, and we don't want to go no contact. But I'm here to suggest that it's just like breaking an alcohol addiction. I might not want to stop drinking completely. I don't like the big mess that it's made of my life if I'm an alcoholic, but I want to be able to control and manage my drinking. And what you learn in 12-step recovery is abstinence. That's the answer, abstinence, right? So similar to this, like, you're not going to be able to control and manage the narcissist, right? You got to go no contact. So it's super, super important. And then also boundaries, healthy boundaries. I would say cut off all contact with the flying monkeys. If you have mutual friends and you want to keep those relationships, okay, you can keep those relationships, but with boundaries. And that means you do not hear anything that is happening with that narcissist. I mentioned before in one of the videos, like, I have no idea what's going on in the person I was with, the narcissist. I have no idea. No idea if they're married, if they live in the same city, if they have the same job. I have no idea. And that's because I purposefully went no contact, and I did what the books told me to do, what the therapist told me to do. Not because I have any secret or I'm, better than anyone here, because I'm definitely not. I just listened because I really wanted to get some healing and closure. So yeah, no contact is very, very important. And you are going to have to provide your own closure. And then once you start getting your own closure, and it's going to take a long time of no contact. It's not like it happens overnight. But I think the more you do the work on yourself, the more you're going to realize that your part, and your part might just be that you're attracted to toxic manipulators. You are attracted to people that are emotionally unavailable because of your own childhood trauma and maybe codependence. And if you heal the codependence and you heal that childhood trauma, I'm fairly certain you're not going to be attracted to toxic people anymore. So I hope you have a wonderful day and you're practicing radical self-care. Thank you.